About $1,000 to run, give or take a couple of
That's and everything that they're giving away.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Bev Pavo, and I work for the 21st Century Program and also for Title I. And I'd like to welcome all of you this morning to the Partners Meeting. We have this meeting once a year. Many of you are very familiar with what we do. This year we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm welcoming people. Then we're going to talk about a few issues that we have. Everybody knows how the money's going with education, and I talked to a lot of people this morning, and their programs are suffering with the money situation, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. And then at the end, we're going to go around and we're going to have people introduce themselves. And please think about something that you need from one of us. Everyone in this room is an asset to someone else. And it's not money, because none of us have it, so we know that. It's not, no money. But we don't need it. Me and Masha did plenty with no money, right, Masha?
Always do.
And, we just need help. We need to support our children. And that's what we're here for. So I'm going to introduce Siobhan Ryan. Siobhan Ryan now I used to be the director, but now Siobhan Ryan's the director, thank God. So Siobhan's going to talk to you now.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Siobhan Ryan, and I manage the 21st Century Program with Bev's assistants and Joanne Sullivan, and we used to have Maria Ferreira and our site coordinators, and all of you who contribute to the 21st Century Program. And we also do the Title I and the Title II out of our office. So it's been a pretty busy year. Last year we applied for new grants. Green Elementary School applied to be an exemplary program in the state and was awarded 3 more years of continuous funding. Watson was awarded as a promising site, that's what they applied for, and received 3 more years of funding. We also have Doran this year, Doran Elementary School, who is applying to be an exemplary site. And Durfee, which has 1 more year, I believe, Derek, of funding under the current grant. So very busy summer last year, did very well. Then we also applied for 2 new grants, which we received for Morton School and Talbot. So they have 2 programs up and running there. We didn't get grant funding until right around Christmas, so we've gotten 2 programs up and running. And of course, we're planning summer programs at all of these sites. So a lot going on in the office. The only grant we did not get last year was Resiliency, RPS. They did not get funded, but we still have, through the Title I office, continued to support their after-school program, their extended learning. Some new things that are going on in the office. As I mentioned, we're going to have a summer program at Doran Elementary this year. We're going to have Green and Watson located at Green Elementary School as they have in the past. Some Laterno ELL students will be bused to Doran, and we're also going to have summer programs at each of the middle schools, Talbot and Morton. So a lot of planning going on. The other thing that's exciting that's come out last week is the school district has been trying to figure out a way to extend learning time in the middle schools. And this past year, principals and their staff at Morton, Talbot, and Doran have attended through this Ford Foundation. They were supported by it. This whole long planning process. Well, it looks like 21st Century now is going to provide some funding to help support, extend the school day in these schools. So we have a grant opportunity to apply for, and it has to be in by the end of this month. So we'll be working with the 3 middle schools on their plans to see how we can blend funds and set up extended learning time in these schools. So I guess that's it on the 21st Century front. Anybody have any questions?
Many of you, I think, know me because I've been doing work for years in early childhood, supporting school readiness, family literacy, early literacy, and most recently I became part of our district's WAS coordinator team. Karen, Harry are here today. They're part of the team. And we look for ways to build partnerships in the community for schools, K to 12, supporting student achievement. 21st Century has been an exemplary program all around. It has proven that, community partnerships, schools can work together, support that positive youth development for kids who otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to join in on sports, enrichment, arts, history, all of those wonderful things that you expose them to after school. You do that in many of our schools. I think what the WAS team is now working on, how we can get those experiences in programs in all of our schools, K to 12. So what we've been working on recently is we'd like to build a website in order to recruit partners, in order to maintain our current partners' information, so that the principal at the Laterno, who doesn't have a 21st Century program, can see what the partners are doing at the 21st Century schools and possibly give you a call, ask you if you can provide that service in their school for their students and their families. So we built a fake web, just a picture of what our fake website would look like. And really, this is supposed to be a resource for partners, as well as school staff, as well as staff, school adjustment counselors, guidance counselors working with children and families. And what it would be is any partner that wanted to work within the schools with our staff and our families would fill out an application online. And this could be a big business, it could be an individual volunteer. They would fill out the application. There's a resource here where we're going to have all of the schools fill out a needs assessment. What are the needs within your school for parents or volunteers or businesses that maybe you could form a partnership and meet that need? So if you're a volunteer, if you're a business, you're saying, I'd love to do something in the schools, you could scroll through this information and say, geez, the Laterno is looking for, has this need. I think I have the resources within my business to meet that need. I'm going to give them a call, and I'm going to make a connection. It's also going to allow us, the coordinating team, to make those connections for schools and business partners. So we're all going to be using the same MOU, very basic, very simple, puts everything in black and white, there's no surprises afterwards, and it also allows us at the end of the year to evaluate how that partnership went and plan for the following year. Okay? Some things are simple, like the partnership went great, but every time I went there, the space wasn't available. It could be the simplest things that trip people up or ruin partnerships when, if it comes to light, it can be fixed, and the partnership goes on and on to support our kids, right? So we also talked about having a database on this website, updated regularly with community resources, whether you're a partner or not. It may be about WIC or it may be about healthcare, just a community resource database for all of us to use that are working with families, a partner database of current partners working in schools, and categorized by this partner provides mental health services, this partner provides parent education or parent cafes, this partner provides physical activity for students, so categorized in those categories. So if I'm a principal of a school, I can say, I would love to have an after-school futsal program going on. I could easily find that resource in the database. So a list of school partners. We also talked about having a what's new section. So let's say you put your information at the beginning of the year. You really only have to enter it once. This is the name of my program. This is what my program offers. If anyone, is interested in the service that I'm willing to provide. But let's say, and now your information is in the database, but 2 months from now you get another grant. We all know that, right? Grants come regularly throughout the year. You get another grant funding source, and now you've got another service that you can provide a school. Well, that will go in the What's New section, so that principals don't have to continually read through the entire database. They can just see what's new. Is there a new funding source, a new program? Like Parent Cafes, I think, came out mid-year. It didn't come out at the very beginning of the year. So there's always new funding there's always new program opportunities, and that's what we would put in What's New. Of course, most importantly, we would also have a Celebrate section. Let's take some pictures. Let's get some pictures out there about all the wonderful things that are happening. I mean, we could have a whole website full of pictures from the 21st century programs. I mean, it's an amazing program during the year, during the summer. We're trying to model some of our other after-school programs or support that in making it more like the 21st century, more enrichment-based, more curriculum-based. I mean, it's a wonderful job you're all doing, and I would love to see that, or at least a little bit of that happening in every school for all kids throughout the district. Have any feedback? Please get that to me. And I have copies here if you'd like to see a copy of it. And I think that's it.
Thank you, Barbara. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? All right, we come to that fun time of the meeting when we go around and we try to talk to everybody individually for like 2 minutes, find out, who you are, what you're doing, and hopefully, everybody will listen and think about what do I have in my program that I can do to help this person? How can I be an asset to this person? And when we do that, we come out with some really good ideas. We really do. We've done this now for about 5 years, and it's always worked out pretty well. And Derek's here from Durfee. Tammy and Todd from TJ's Music. So they're our small business representatives, also our entrepreneurs, and also they help when the schools want to do music in the schools. They help with, fixing instruments or selling instruments at reasonable prices. They've been around since the program first began. So we're really happy to have Tammy and Todd here. And everybody else. So let's start with Derek.
My name is, I know many of you here, Derek Farias. I'm one of the 2 site coordinators at Durfee High School. Jay Correa is the other one. He couldn't be here. He's actually taking 150 sophomore students on job shadowing throughout the